Live from Indianapolis, it's Late Night with Burt Quixote! Featuring Timothy Chalamet, Darren, Criss, and the music of Lady Gaga! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Burt Quixote!
Thank you! Thank you very much! Thank you! Thank you! Oh, shucks! Thank you! Thank you! And thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Oh, glory be! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Stop! Thank you! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, okay, alright, okay, thank you, okay, thank you all so much for being here on the very first night, episode number 1 of Late at Night with Burt Quixote! Thank you so much. Alright. Well, I know y'all seen these shows before, so you know how they go. And I figure I'll just jump right in with a monologue. That's okay? Alright. Here we go. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who, in the name of charity and goodwill, shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he truly is his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance on you. All right. Thank you. That one's from 1994's Quentin Tarantino classic, Pulp Fiction, originally spoken by none other than Samuel L. Jackson, who I hope to have on here as a guest very soon. All right, let's get straight to it with our very first guest of the evening. We'll be right back after our commercial break. And after our commercial break, you will find in the hot seat Mr. Darren Criss. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Previously, Big Bang Theory.
Worried about you. Forget it. I'm not going. Why not? Wasn't invited. Come on. I'm inviting you.
On days like this, special days, more women trust Tampax than any other tampon or pad.
You gotta trust somebody. You gotta trust somebody.
Tampax, even more than protection.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are back at Late Night with Burt Quixote!
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that message from our sponsors. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome our first guest. You know him as that character from Glee, but now you might also see him in FX's murder mystery, The Murder of Giovanni Versace. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Darren Criss. All right. Please take a seat, Darren. Right there. That's perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Darren, for being on my show, Late at Night with Burt Quixote. Also, I'm just going to come out and ask, because I'm sure the viewers at home are wondering and the kind folks in our audience, but what did your girlfriend think when she found out that you got Glee?
I'm sure she's very upset about it. It was just a fun thing in college. We didn't make a dime off it. It was just kind of a fan-made thing.
think you did pretty well for a fan-made thing. We got that out of the way. What can you tell me about your newest film, The Murder of Giovanni Versace?
Very, very Filipino. In that, the guy who runs the place will give you a hard time if you don't finish your food.
Oh, Lord! Well, I can't wait to see it. Tell us more about this project.
Cruz is Donatello.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, right.
We have Edgar Ramirez playing Johnny.
Donatello Versace. Oh, yeah. Donatello
Versace was on our show once, but I did not know it was her. But before she came on, it was Penelope Cruz type. It was.
Well, she'll prove you wrong. She does an excellent job. And, of course, we have international pop superstar Ricky Martin also.
All right.
Oh, Ricky Martin. I love Ricky Martin.
Like Latin royalty and then the half Filipino.
Did you hang out with Ricky Martin?
Oh, I made sure that was going to happen.
I see.
Because
I see.
For plot reasons, you can do the math. I don't actually spend a lot of time with their characters at all on set.
Right.
Right.
So,
Right.
So, with all due credit to Ricky Martin, he was very kind. He had us come over to his house several times. And I'm sort of the Pied Piper of karaoke and sing-along situations because I usually don't bring booze, I usually don't bring food, but I'll bring a guitar and we'll have a sing-along.
Right.
So that was my contribution. So one of my favorite memories of shooting the show is we're at Ricky Martin's house, which is already a place, and I'm sitting there next to his, 5 or 6 Grammys. And what
5 or
Ricky
6
thought would be
Grammys.
nice to be as a host was he got pedicures for people.
What?
So
No, what? No way.
It gets better.
Okay.
So I'm playing
Tell me more.
guitar, I'm playing like Let It Go, and Penelope is singing that song. And
Wow.
I'm playing one of Ricky Martin's songs. And Edgar Ramirez is singing it to me. He's singing it to Ricky. We're sitting next to his Grammys.
Did Adina
And
show up?
All the while,
Oh.
they're getting pedicures. And I'm like, this all comes from having done a Harry Potter musical? Like,
Wow.
how did this all happen?
You're now both living.
You're now both living in La Vida Loca, in a way. You are. It's unbelievable. Oh my gosh.
And here we are now.
But here we are. It's great to meet you, Darren. And it's great to have you. The Assassination of Giovanni Versace, live on FX, TV series. Watch it. Yes, Darren Criss, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Criss, everybody. Thank you, Darren, for being on our show. And we will be right back after this message from our sponsors.
I'm dreaming of summer, cool breezes, fresh air. When I want that feeling, summer's eve takes me there. It's clean, fresh feeling, keeps the good times on my mind. Summer's eve brings back freshness anytime.
Bring back the fresh, cool, clean feeling of summer anytime with Summer's Eve.
It's clean, fresh feeling, keeps the good times on my mind. Summer's eve brings back freshness anytime.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. All right, thank you. Yeah. All right, we've got a great show still coming up for you tonight. But before we get to our next guest, Timothy Chalamet, I want to introduce to you the one, the only, Kokomo Joe. All right. Thank you, everybody. It's Kokomo Joe. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's Kokomo Joe. Thank you, Kokomo Joe. All right. So I got a question for you, Kokomo Joe. What do you think, now that it's the new millennium, what do you think people are going to think of our show?
In the new millennium, people will freak out! They'll freak out! They'll freak out!
Thank you for that, Kokomo Joe. There's a little highlight reel of Kokomo Joe's appearances to come on Late at Night with Burt Quixote. And now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my second guest ever on Late at Night with Burt Quixote. He's young, he's hot, he's sexy, he is in 2 Academy Award-winning nominated films right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Timothy Chalamet! Thank you, Timothy Chalamet, for being on our show. Thank you so much for making the time. So my first question for you is your new film. What can you tell us about it? Can you tell us a little synopsis about it?
Okay, I'm not as good at this as Army is, so cut me off if I don't describe it in a good way. But it's a film called Call Me By Your Name. It takes place in northern Italy. I play Elio Perlman, who's a 17-year-old, precocious, book-smart kid whose father has a visiting graduate student come every summer. And this year it happens to be Army Hammer. And who wouldn't fall in love with this guy right here?
Right.
There's a...
Am I right?
Am I right?
A love affair that ensues. And I think that was all right.
Yeah, it was nailed.
Okay, all right.
You nailed it.
Well, I can't wait to see it, and
I can't wait to see it. I hope everyone does. You're also in a film called Lady Bird with Greta Gerwig right now.
That's fine. That's all well and good. We're here to talk
We're here.
about Call Me By Your Name.
It's
Don't mind.
he's got 2 big movies right now, Army. Keep quiet, hush
So you
hush.
haven't acted much in big feature film roles.
No, you haven't acted much in big
2
feature film
gigantic
roles until
Yeah,
recently.
certainly not in like lead capacity. So
Right.
Apologies to everyone in the audience here who's like, who the hell is this guy right now?
Oh no.
Are you getting
Well, yeah. Okay, so you're in this new film, Call Me By Your Name, featuring Army Hammer of the Arm & Hammer fortune. And, I mean, there's a lot of steamy scenes between the 2 of you. And so I think I can speak on behalf of the entire audience in asking, what did that feel like?
Yeah, I was like shocked. I like looked behind me. I don't know. It was super weird. Yeah, I like, and it was like it was just totally surreal. I didn't realize what a big thing it was going to be. And
you gave a speech?
I got to give a little speech, and I shouted out Cardi B in my speech because I was like, well, it was
Cardi B? Why Cardi B?
It was a New York event, and I felt, I'm a New York guy, and I felt like it was due diligence to thank any and all New York artists that inspired me. And the next day, somebody had messaged her that this kid had mentioned her in a speech, and, she acknowledged it. So there's an infinitesimal part of Cardi B's brain that knows I exist.
Oh, wow.
She fully slid into
She fully slid into your DMs. Yeah, I think she did.
So you guys
are all on the press tour talking about the movie, and what was it like? Tell me a little story about what it was like working with your director. She's supposed to be amazing. That's what I heard. Shot some things in,
Yeah.
So it was just unusual, and you have beginning all the way through. It's like straight shots and things like that. You don't have multiple takes all the time, and you just kind of go, and it's in Italy as well. And then what do you do before? Well, golly, thank you so much for being on my show, Mr. Timothy Chalamet. And ladies and gentlemen, we will take one more commercial break from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with our musical guest, Lady Gaga.
think that birth control is a big issue in a woman's life. I've looked into all the options, and I'm using the Today Sponge. I talked to my doctor about the sponge. It works 24 hours without hormones. That's a big plus in my book. And you know, I read that Today Sponge was tested over 10 years. And that's important to me. I heard millions of women have used it. And the bottom line is that it works for me.
The Today Sponge. Today's choice in birth control.
Thank you! Thank you very much. Thank you! All right. So now, without further ado, I would like to introduce a woman who needs no introduction, my idol, Miss Lady Gaga!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Alright, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I want to thank my special guests, Timothy Chalamet, Darren, Criss, and Lady Gaga for being here tonight. Hope to see you all on the next episode of Late at Night with Burt Quixote. Play us out, Kokomo Joe.